All right, so before we get into the breading process of the shrimp, I'm gonna make a very simple homemade sweet chili sauce that is it's very easy to whip together. So first, just get a pan on high heat or medium to high heat, and then you're just gonna simply add everything in the same pot and reduce it to this very syrupy consistency, and then we'll add a bit of cornstarch. All right, so first up, you're gonna add in the rice wine vinegar, followed by the water, then some sugar, and you could even substitute that with some honey. After that, you're gonna add in some grated ginger along with some garlic, and then finally your red chili flakes and a little bit of tomato paste for that red color. All right, so this has probably been reducing for 10 minutes on like medium heat. And it's just like a syrup, but you're gonna cool it down and it'll thicken up a bit more. So turn the heat off and check it out. All right. Might be too much for this bowl. We'll see. Just enough. Ooh, that smells good. Lots of flavor there. Carefully put this to the side, and then we'll start breading the shrimp, which will be very fast. Shrimp, filo dough, some spices, and then I'm gonna put some oil on like low to medium heat just to get it ready. Finish the rest of that oil. This is gonna be a very simple 3-stage breading process. You don't need much flour for this. Some spices, this is just onion powder, paprika, and some garlic powder. You can make it really spicy if you want. Season it with a good amount of salt, actually. Just give that a little stir. That'll help bind everything onto the shrimp, as well as the egg. All right, here I'm just gonna crack an egg, if I can. And just whisk that up. Sometimes I'll add milk, but I want this to bind really good, so I'm not gonna water it down. All right, that should be good. And then next is this weird filo dough. It's like kind of spaghetti looking dough, but it's actually beautiful texture. Basically, you're gonna wanna manipulate this dough around the shrimp so it looks like this pretty kind of like dough wrapped shrimp, and it gives this beautiful texture. So I'm gonna use about probably maybe even a quarter of what's here, but we'll see what I end up using. Okay, so you only want kind of like even pieces. So I'm just gonna take just 2 at a time. Dip them in the flour, spicy, or not spicy, but that's spiced flour or seasoned flour. Put them in the egg mixture and make sure they're really good and coated. And then I'll just leave one in there and wrap the other one. Get a knife, just cut the edge so you don't have too much. And then you have this like beautiful wrapped shrimp thing. And they don't have to be super perfect, just as long as they have enough dough wrapped around them. All right, now that the shrimp is done, I got this pot filled about a third of the way up with some canola oil. It's at 350 to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's ready to go. It's time to start dropping these in. You're gonna kind of go a little crazy. Trim them as you go. And you'll fry them for about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the size of the shrimp. Usually you want to go pretty big with them, like I think these were like 12 to 16 count, so you get 12 to 16 in a pound. Flip them once, make sure they're golden brown, and they're ready to go. All right, so the crispy shrimp is done. The homemade sweet chili sauce is done. This looks really, really good. Maybe it needs to cool down a little bit more, but the consistency, I want it to be a little bit more syrupy, but it smells delicious. So let me just dive in. Let me get one nice crispy. All right. Very, very crispy, as you can tell. I'm gonna double dip since this is basically all mine. Wow. It's very beautiful, clean shrimp flavor with just that, you know, overwhelming crunch factor because of the fried phyllo dough, and the onion powder, garlic powder, and the paprika play a nice little role in seasoning the shrimp as well. And of course, the sweet chili is kind of just off the charts with flavor. Sour, sweet, salty, spicy, very good. Which definitely make a bit of a mess, but a very delicious mess at that. As far as like battered shrimp or like other varieties of crispy shrimp, this definitely takes the cake. I would definitely order this over like a battered shrimp dish with like shrimp and chips or something like that, just because it's very unique and the phyllo dough adds a very special flavor, that kind of like buttery fried dough flavor that pairs beautifully with the shrimp. So this is a killer dish, almost kind of like, not dynamite shrimp, but it was definitely delicious, and I kind of like the take on using the phyllo dough a little bit differently than battered, you know, the battered idea. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the recipe. If you did, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a big ol' like, comment down below for future video requests, things you want to see on my channel, and I'll leave all the equipment links and ingredient lists down below, so check that out. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time with another recipe. Later, folks.